നമസ്കാരം പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട Firstly, I just want to say, Nish, you look lovely. Kieran, you look very suave. You were wiping your Shivani with some wet wipes 5 minutes ago. I was with you. That's the pleasure of being a best man. I see all the finer details. No one needs to know that 2 days ago you cancelled a gym class and we're eating 2 mutton rolls each. No one needs to know that. But we made it. So I'm Dylan. I'm Nisha's first cousin. I was born 3 months before her. And what a peaceful 3 months they were. It was so peaceful. I had the attention of everyone. I was the new baby on the block. I was very cute. I had everyone's attention, but unfortunately the first girl of the family came along and instantly became my Chama's favourite. From there, the trio formed, me, Anna and Nish. It was a simple time. We hung out. Annan would convince me to steal konji chambala from the kitchen, from my Chama. They bullied me for how slowly I ate, and Nish would get away with everything. But we had a good time. Then all the other cousins came along, but no one cares about them. So basically, this was a simple time, but what Chama didn't know was that all of those years of training with us, so 3 uncles, me and Annan, the Croydon boys, the Enfield boys, everyone, would result in her becoming one of the boys herself. And not only one of the boys, but the ultimate alien. To this day, probably the only girl that would actually order whiskey and water as her first choice drink. So back in the day when we used to go to other people's weddings, I used to have to use a code name if I had to get Nish a drink. Obviously she couldn't be seen at the bar. So we used to, for Shivas and Coke, we used to say Shivadas and Marman. And that was the code name, and that basically meant get me a Shivas and Coke. But no code names today, do what you want. What is that? But in all seriousness, I think everyone in our family knows how important Nish is to us. I think she is our family's rock and our family's heart. I think without you, our family is nothing. You make sure we do stuff. You make sure we meet up, celebrate occasions, and just hang out together. There's never an occasion where you're not there with your video, zooming in, going, hey, or recording us eating and so, Jackson, you ruined my train of thought.
Oh.
You might as well stay here. So you bring us all together, and you brought so many groups together as well, including a lot of people in this room, for example, this table. That's all thanks to you. So that's something we'll never take for granted as well. I think we're probably all aware that we're very lucky and blessed to be here in this room. To be here right now and to have the family that we have. But also, I do want to say a special thank you to Mutesh and Mutema. They do a lot for us behind the scenes and growing up as well. So from both of us, I think, just know that you're very appreciated as well. And there are also a few people that couldn't be here today, unfortunately. But I would like to think that Nish has got some qualities inherited in her from them as well. So I think you've got your kindness from Apapan, you've got your mischievous sense of humour from Machachan, and I think you've got your independence and self-belief from Apachi as well. So these are some of the things that make you the fantastic woman that you are today. I'm lucky to be able to call you family. You've always had my back, and I'll always have yours. You've now got Kieran to do that as well. If he doesn't, I'm not going to challenge him to a fight because all his mates are double my size. We've got one Some big ricks over there, though. And we got Jackson here as well.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left it seen while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone. To cold and down, when my eyes were stared by the flash of neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking. People hearing without listening. People writing songs that voices never shared. But no Oh, silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left it seen while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone.